your hands together for Billy Harper. Hey, good evening. Keep it going for Mara. Keep it going for Mara. And hopefully Shark Tank will give you $20,000 for the Cum Spittoon. And hopefully it will not end up on QVC because I don't want my mother-in-law buying it. Hey, but also, let me see a show of hands. Anybody here graduate from college this week? Nobody, good. Anybody got, oh, you did, okay, congratulations. Oh, congratulations. Hey, did anybody have a kid or grandkid or niece or nephew who graduated from high school? At least one person did. The reason I ask is my daughter is graduating from high school in a few days, and I'm really proud of her. And I'm practicing the set that I'm going to be giving at her graduation if she steps out of line. Hopefully she does. But also, there's I'll forget that joke. I've had a traumatic experience recently. I've been traveling a lot, and I usually sit in a exit row seat because of my size. And the last flight I was on had an emergency landing because the toilets backed up. And it was rough. The flight attendants had to put the emergency rows the people at the emergency exit into action by handing them plungers. And once, they needed heroes on that flight. Plumbers. But it was awful. They finally had to make the emergency landing, and the pilot, he landed the plane hard in Dallas. And a row of emergency vehicles was waiting for us. It was a fleet of shit suckers surrounded the plane. But afterwards, we got on our way, and I ended up in Hawaii. And I've made a few trips to Hawaii this year, and it's been an experience. And one of the first experiences that I had in Hawaii was that I discovered that the best where I could find the best ice cream in Hawaii. It was at the marijuana dispensary on Kapolei Avenue. But the great thing about Hawaii is I made so many trips there. I came up with a lot of great experiences. I performed stand-up in Hawaii. I also did some ocean canoeing in Hawaii. And the good news is, once I make another trip there and get a tribal tattoo, I'm going to get laid. But there's one thing about trips to Hawaii. I was that guy who on every Instagram post and every text to my family, I was throwing a shaka out to everybody, everywhere. And the locals in Hawaii, they told me they have a name for that guy who throws shakas on everything. Douche. But there was one thing about my trips to Hawaii, and back to the flight attendants who were looking for heroes, I discovered while I was getting ready to go to Hawaii that hot flight attendants are everywhere, except on your plane. Well, the one thing is, over the last several years, my father, he has gone and traced my family's history and came to one conclusion, that our family comes from a long line of Midwestern white trash. In fact, my name is Billy Wayne Harper III, which makes me redneck royalty. But the one thing is, my family, they're such white trash that they love their N and their C words. NASCAR and cigarettes. And faith. In fact, my grandmother, she always said, Billy, be a good boy, don't drink too much, or God will turn you into a black person. She lied. But I love my grandmother, love my family. Hey, I love this room, and thank you for all tonight. I'm Billy Harper, and that's my time.
Woo! Give it up for Billy one more time. All right, guys, let's